Sup? What's up? What's going on? What's happening? What it is, kids. So, problem 130. Thank you for this request. Find the greatest common factor, the better known as the GCF, and the least common multiple, the LCM, of each of the following sets of numbers. So the keywords here, factor and multiple, get mixed up a lot. Greatest means biggest or the largest number. We're looking for the largest factor that these two numbers have in common, okay? And least common multiple, we're looking for the smallest multiple that these numbers have in common. So I'm going to go through and find the factors, the greatest common factors of each of these. So the GCFs will be here. And the least common multiples between these two will be here. Whoa, that's sloppy. Here we go. All right, and here's where I'm going to do my work down below. It's getting late. All right. So 12 and 7, I'm thinking factors. When I think of factors of 12, when I think what are the factors of 12, I could think of an area here, area model, and I can even use these. I could have a 1. I could have a 1 by 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So those are two factors of 12, 1 and 12. I could have a 2 by 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 2 times 6 also makes 12. So 2 and 6 are factors of 12. And I could have a 3 by 4. Thought of what two numbers can multiply to make 12. 1 times 12, 2 times 6, 3 times 4. So those are all of the factors of 12. And now what are the factors of 7? Well, how can I make a rectangle out of 7 pennies, a rectangular array? Well, that's one row of 7 pennies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Those are the only two factors of 7. 7 is a prime number. So if I looked here, what is the largest, what is the biggest common factor? So our factors along the outside. I don't see any 7s here, so it looks like 1 is the greatest factor between 12 and 7. So for 3, 15, and 9, so what is the greatest common factor of those? So some of you that are better with your multiplication facts might just say, okay, what are the factors of 3? What times what makes 3? So you could say 1 times 3. Is there anything else? Nope. All right, what about the factors of 15? Well, I like starting with the 1 times 15. 2 times nothing, nope. 3 times 5 makes 15. 4 times anything, nope. Nope, looks like those are the factors of 15. 1, 15, 3, and 5. Now let's do the factors of 45. Although I have a feeling I know what they are, what the largest one is already. If 3 is the greatest factor of these two, that's going to be the largest possible answer here. But 1 times 45 makes 45. 3 times 15 makes 45. No 6s. No 5. 5 times 9. And that is all. So, whoa. Out of each of these, what factor do they share? All right. Although the factors of 45. 5 is a factor of 45, and 5 is a factor of 15. Is 5 a factor of 3? No, it is not. So what is the greatest common factor between all of them? Is the 3. The greatest common factor between the three numbers here is 3. So what about 10 and 20 and 30? Some of you might be going, oh man, I know that one right off the bat. Well, good. Boom. Booyah. What are the factors of 20 and 30? I also like to think, what is the largest number that I could divide both of these by? Right? What is the largest possible number? I know that I can divide 20 by 10. That means 10 is a factor of 20. And I can divide 30 by 10. So that means 10 is a factor of 30. So if that's the largest one, I can't divide that. 20 divides evenly into 20, but 20 does not divide evenly into 30. So 10 is the greatest common factor here. So 3 kind of ways to do the greatest common factor. So now let's do the least common multiple. So for the multiples, of 12 and the multiples of 7. Now, when I think multiples, I'm thinking multiply. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to say, well, what are the multiples of 12? Well, 12 times 1 is 12. 12 times 2 is 24. 12 times 3 is 36. 12 times 4 is 48. 12 times 5 is 60. And then I pause for a minute and I go and I do the multiples of 7, and I'll do these for a little bit in case I run into a multiple that's the same. We're looking for the common multiples. And we're looking for the smallest one, the one that comes earliest. So 1 times 7 is 7. 2 times 7, 14. 7 times 3 is 21. 7 times 4 is 28. 7 times 5 is 35. 7 times 6. 7 times 6 is 42. 7 times 7 is 49. 7 times 8, 56. Still none in common. Still none in common. I'm catching up to the 60. I want to see if they have 60 in common. I don't think they do. So that was 8. So 7 times 9 is 63. Nope. 7 times 10 is 70. Oh man, 7 times 11 is 77. And then 7 times 12. 7 times 12 is 84. And now let's see 12 here. Let's go by 12s. I have a feeling it's going to be 84 here because I don't see any multiples of 12 here. So, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A sixth 12 would be 72. And a seventh 12 is 84. Heyo. And that should make sense here that this was the seventh 12 is 84, and this is the 12th 7. So those should be the same. 7 12s are the same thing as 12 7s. So unfortunately, that's the smallest one they'll have in common. That is the smallest multiple is 84. What about the multiples of 3 and 3, 15, and 9? All right, well, let's do that. So I'm going to go multiples of 3, multiples of 15, and multiples of 9. Sorry, that's so sloppy. All right. So 3 times 1, 3 times 2, 3 times 3, 3 times 4, 3 times 5, 3 times 6, 3 times 7. All right, let's stop for a minute. So let's do multiples of 15, 15, 30, 45, 60. And let's count by 9. So we've got 9, 18, 27, 36. Do I see any in common so far? So 15 was in common here. 9 is common here, but I need all 3 of them. So let's do some more 3s so 3s can catch up. We need to get 3s up to these numbers here. 21, 24, 27, 30, 33, 36, 39. Nope, don't see any here so far. 45 looks like the next one possible. 39. 42, heyo, and 45. This happens to be 15 threes. That happens to be 15 threes. And this is 3 15s. And let's see if 9 times something is 45. Turns out it is. That's 4 times 9. 5 times 9 is 45. So there you go. That's the common multiple of 3, 15, and 9. That's the first one they share. And then what's the common multiple of 20 and 30? What is the first multiple that they will share? And that one's going to be 60. Counting by 20s, you've got, let's zoom in a little bit, multiples of 20. So 20 times 1 is 20. 20 times 2 is 40. 20 times 3 is 60. 20 times 4 is 80. And now do some of these. So 30 times 1, 30. 30 times 2 is 60. Oh, there we go. We can stop already. That is the smallest one. Thanks, guys. Catch you around.